All right, Coach, it was a tough setback today to Texas. You guys battled back to make it a game, though. What did you see out there? I guess for the amount of time you were on the field.
For the first 5. I mean, I watched as much as I could from up here. It's hard to – that might be the toughest thing I've ever had to do. Wiley obviously didn't have his best stuff. We had to go get him early. Chase pitched his tail off to give us an opportunity to get back into the game. And then Vic comes into a tough situation with all the chaos and has a guy on third base with less than 2 outs and pitches out of that, and we come back and score. Some really, really good at-bats there to get us to 5-5. They come back and score, and we're right back in it and just didn't have enough to get it done.
What led to the ejection? Why'd you miss most of this one?
Just some disagreements on balls and strikes and fair and foul, and at some point somebody's got to stand up for the guys. So.
Rich, what's up when that happens and you see the team respond the way it did after you got ejected? What does that make you? What does that say about your team and maybe a little bit of the chemistry and things like that? They're able to kind of respond to that.
Yeah, I don't know how much I had to do with that. I think they were just tired of how the game was going, and Vic did a good job of getting us out of that inning. They went in the dugout and got something done about it.
Have you ever been ejected before, or is this your first time?
First time ever.
So what's that like coming up here? Are you trying to get your laptop going and watching the feed and listening to Mark and Steven?
Honestly, that was because I'm in there with the analytics guys, and you got 2 different feeds, and one's correct and one's delayed, and sometimes I was getting lost between which pitch was which. It was awful, to be honest with you.
On another note, the final home series of the Big 12 season. How proud of you are you guys, and how far they've come this season?
Yeah, and I think we competed from the first pitch to the last all weekend. Did we play great the whole time? No, it wasn't pretty, but there's no question of effort and focus. We just didn't get enough to get it done.
You dug yourself that hole down 5. You fought back, but they responded. What makes them so tough from an offensive standpoint?
There's no holes in that lineup. They're athletic 1 through 9, and the left-right variety plus the running, the athleticism, and you have to execute pitches the whole at-bat if you're going to have a chance against these guys.
LeBaron Johnson, their starter, he was unhittable really for the first few innings, and so he started to tire. What was he doing early that made it difficult for you?
Well, he commanded the slider a little bit and the fastball, and he was around the zone. So with that kind of stuff, if he's challenging you with multiple pitches, you got your work cut out for you. And our guys hung in there, and they got to him eventually. I think some of those longer at-bats, I know they had nothing to show for it, but the longer at-bats that ended up in strikeouts, some of them ended up in walks, kind of drove that pitch count up where we had a shot and got that thing done in the 5th.
Back on Wiley, what went wrong for him tonight?
Just command. Like, the stuff was fine. I mean, we'll go back and look at it, but I'm sure the stuff wasn't located like he wanted to locate it.
The top half of the order had themselves a day for you today. What were you really noticing that just had them get to where they did?
I mean, Brait, Preves, Cedarburg, like those are really tough, gritty at-bats, and they were on it from pitch 1, those 3 guys.
I know you got 3 more games in the Big 12 against Baylor, but when you look at your chances in the Big 12, going to the Big 12 tournament, what do you feel like at this point?
I mean, yeah, we're obviously worried about Bethune and then going on the road and taking the operation on the road to Waco, but we'll get in there and play UCF baseball and take it 1 game at a time.
I mean, last night's win plus the events to the rest of it did secure you a spot in the Big 12 tournament. How does it feel, at least knowing that there is you will be playing some more ball after that?
Yeah, it's a lot better than wondering if you are and packing up and seeing how long you're going to stay. I told the guys our job is to take care of Tuesday, get on the flight and stay out in Texas for a while.
This puts a wrap on the home season, your first season here at UCF. What will you remember most maybe about these home games in your first year?
I mean, comparing the last time I was here, the atmosphere, just the way it is, who we're playing, the way we went about it, just the feel of it. It's, like I said before on our first press conference, this has a chance to be one of the elite atmospheres in the Big 12, and you're starting to see that.
What more do you need to see from your team? You keep talking about what they're capable of, but maybe some inconsistency.
Yeah, and I think at our best, at 1 through 9, we can be really, really tough outs and execute offensively, and we just haven't had the flow through the lineup. We're just a couple guys going here, some breaks, and I think when we start clicking on all cylinders, it can be a really good offense. We have pitched outstanding at times, and we played really good defense as a whole. So those 3 things together, if we can get that thing rolling at the same time, we can play for a while.
You talked about how weird it was to get thrown out. I mean, when you came in here, how weird was that? I mean, like, coaches don't,
No.
You study that. So what's kind of what's in your mind? It's
like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to try to watch this? And I'm trying to watch it, and then I can't watch it, and then walk around and just had the guys tell me what was going on. I couldn't stand to watch it.
What was your message to the staff as you were walking off
just make sure we had always talked about, like, if I ever get thrown out, who's doing what. Just kind of, hey, reminder, you got this, you got that, and don't forget about a couple things.
So that was Coach Lopez?
Angry? I mean, I was upset, yes. Yeah, a little bit. To a point where just tired of watching it, so.
Was Coach Lopez kind of the head coach in waiting
Yeah.
in some respects when you get out?
Yeah, I mean, when we talk, like, he could, that play sheet that we have offensively, there's a little one that goes in, because I've had to do it when my boss got thrown out and stand out there with the play sheet, so we have one, a small one that can go in the wrist thing that was prepared, and I told Morgan to get it ready, so.
You got a little annoyed at points too. After
Yeah,
you left.
yeah, he's emotional and he's fired up, and I get it. It's a big game in a big spot, and our kids are competing, and you're just hoping the same from everybody.
Coach, you said last night that today was going to be a day for Wiley and the gang. How about as far as the rest of the gang relief pitchers go with their performances today?
Yeah, I mean, Sauce is giving us everything he can. He got in a little trouble there. Then Bauer, like, you held him to 2, and then Kramer be able to get off the field and give us a shot in the ninth. I think everybody pitched as well as we could have hoped.
When you dissect this series, because obviously, you know, Texas being what it is as you move forward, what do you want this team to take away from this weekend?
How good we can be if we just lock in and play UCF baseball. Like, that's a really good team, and I think they would tell you we competed with them pitch for pitch, and this thing could have went a multitude of different ways.
Do you think that's the reputation UCF has earned over the course of this season, that you're a good team, a tough out, and to be respected?
I would hope so, and our kids are going to play hard as they can for 27 outs on both sides of it, and I think they've shown that for the most part.
What did this weekend overall for the program, beyond just the game itself? Here's Texas, one of the big brands in college baseball. You celebrate the '89 team. Did you imagine maybe that Rich Wallace, the player, would think about UCF playing Texas, hosting them in a big series like we did this weekend?
No, I mean, if you go back to that time, that's probably a little far-fetched, but over the last 10 years, I think this school and the athletic department has earned that right, and I think our guys represented our program well.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.